like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, as well as like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell, by the subscribe button as well to get our updated content. You know what I'm saying? But before we get started, I want to also appreciate y'all for coming in here, showing y'all love to the fans and show y'all love to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I also want to say this: I'm handing out wrenches. For people who don't know what the wrenches are, those are people that are moderators on my show. Guys like Plays for Keeps, Bruce Morrow, my man Bubba Chuck, my man Rick Masters. You know what I'm saying? If I'm missing anybody, I apologize sincerely. Miss Davis as well. Just handing out wrenches, man, to give y'all some type of control of my show as well, because it wouldn't be where it is without y'all. All the newcomers are coming in. Appreciate y'all as well. My man said he was on Mookie Channel, but I have to be here. So this big brother, pull up. Yes, sir. My man, Soccer Updates. Welcome to the show, big dog. All the other people coming in, man, hit that like button. So let's get it going, man. We got a good hot subject for y'all today, man. Actually, pretty interesting. I want to talk about. This is something concerning LeBron James. Okay, everybody know LeBron James, top 5 NBA player of all time. One of the greatest players of all time, in my humble opinion, the most talented player of all time. This is LeBron James. Is going to be the leading scorer in the NBA. Most likely next year. Pray God that he does not have any big major injuries. I know you guys saw LeBron in the Drew League this past weekend. He had 43 points, 16 rebounds in the Drew League in LA. So it was great seeing him on the court. So, but I just want to, talk about, his show called The Shop. People know The Shop is LeBron James's talk show that he does, like kind of like somewhat of a podcast. You guys know podcasts are big right now, as well as I have one today, and I appreciate y'all coming in. But he talks about different subjects going on around it. It could be in the basketball world, in the real world. He's had guys like Drake on his show. He's had Serena Williams, Candace Parker. I think he had Dwayne Wade on, and he's had other celebrities on his show. I mean, it's LeBron James, right? So this was another episode surrounding, a number amount of subject. He talked about, the Lakers and their state, where they're at right now. Is how he keeps them up at night, not being able to be with people that are obsessed with winning like he is. He talked about the situation with him in the Drew League. But the topic I want to get to, and I don't think many people are highlighting, they're focused on other things like Kyrie Irving and Russell Westbrook. They're talking about him coming back to the team. I want to talk about something that has kind of been pondering on my mind for quite some time, and it's in a subject I'm pretty sure I'm not alone regarding NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's going to be an interesting topic, bro. But something that's very, very interesting I want to kind of get to, and it's regarding circling around NBA players and fans, right? Now, we all know that fans are part of the NBA world, man. Like, without the fans, there is no NBA, because they're the ones who are supporting the team. They're the ones paying the players' salary, as well as the ownerships and stuff like that. Like, all the money that they, buy at concession stands, for games, for tickets, for whatever, souvenirs, jerseys, that comes from the NBA fans, right? So NBA fans are supposed to be appreciated. They're the ones. Without them, there would not be any salaries. There would not be any $1 million contracts, because nobody be watching the game. So how it works is that the players give the fans a product. The fans come up, pay their hard-earned money to show it, and that's how they get paid. That's how it goes. But this was a subject where LeBron talked about his encounterment with fans, because not all fans are, there for the right reasons. I've been in situations and settings where fans can be disrespectful. Fans can, talk about your family, talk about you as a person. Even it got to a point where sometimes it can get physical, right? And it's put a lot of guys in bad situations, man, where they've had to make a decision whether to retaliate or not. There's been situations where fans and players have gotten into altercations, and players are the ones that get fined, or fans have to get thrown out the arena, banned for life. I mean, I think we've had like about two that I can remember. There was one in Dallas, just in the playoffs, where a fan got into a Chris Paul. Um, and he got banned for the arena, I think, for next season. And there was another one, I think, a few years ago, when Russ was on OKC, where he got into it with a fan, saying that he said some racist things, and it was in Utah. Um, Make sure y'all keep hitting that like button. Um, and he got thrown out. Ja Morant had another encounter with a fan in Utah, and it's been in situation after situation, man, where what do you do? How do you guys fix this problem? I know you can't get rid of everybody. Man, what's up, little bro? Plays with Key, was good. I know you can't get rid of everybody off the court. I know that there's situations where people are just gonna be people. People come to games drunk. People come to games just looking to troll. You know what I'm saying? They may be rooting for their team so hard they might slip up one day and say something out of emotion. So you never really know what to expect nowadays when it comes to NBA fans and player encountering. But let's just get to the situation, man. Um, LeBron talked about the city of Boston, how their fans in Boston are somewhat racist. They're racist as hell, and those weren't his choice words. But I'll let y'all hear what he had to say about Boston Celtics fans. So here you go.
Why do you hate Boston? Because they racist as fuck. That's why. They will say anything, and it's fine. I don't mind it. Like, I hear it. Like, if I hear somebody like close by, I check them real quick. I move on to the game. Whatever the fuck. They're gonna say whatever the fuck they want to say. They might throw something on you. I mean, I got a beer thrown on me leaving the game.
I'm gonna play that one more time so y'all can hear it for a second time.
Why do you hate Boston? Because they racist as fuck. That's why. They will say anything, and it's fine. I don't mind it. Like, I hear it. Like, if I hear somebody like close by, I check them real quick. I move on to the game. Whatever the fuck. They're gonna say whatever the fuck they want to say. They might throw something on you. I mean, I got a beer thrown on me leaving the game.
All right, so I played that for a second time because y'all can hear what LeBron had to say. Now, again, this is LeBron James we talking about, man. We're not talking about a role player. We're not talking about a one-hit wonder. We're not talking about somebody that's just a come and go player. This is one of the top 5 NBA players of all time, LeBron James, right? So when you hear somebody say he had a beer thrown on him, I mean, you gotta really think, of superstars who've had situations like when they've had actually stuff thrown on them. I mean, Russell Westbrook had it happen, I think, in Philly. I know Bubba remembers that, him being a Philly fan. This guy, I think, threw some popcorn on his head, and then Russell Westbrook was going to rush the stands, but I guess security stopped him. There was another encounter, man. I think Isaiah Thomas, he actually walked up, and this was in Philly, too. Philly fans are ruthless, man. I'm an Eagle fan, and I know. But Isaiah Thomas, Zeke walked up to the stands and told the fan, don't do that. The fan had flicked him off while Isaiah Thomas was shooting 2 free throws. And Isaiah Thomas saw it, and the fan was close enough where he can walk up the steps. And I guess the fan kind of got scared because he thought Zeke was going to do something. But all he just told him calmly was, don't do that. But these are mostly role players. But this is LeBron James. So, I mean, for you to say you've had a beer thrown on you, you know what I mean? It's kind of something that you would think something happened somewhere in the 60s and 70s, right? And that brings me to another person. And, I love history. I love talking about history. So we're going to talk about the history of Boston Celtics fans, right? This guy right here, Bill Russell, right? He's, the grandfather of the NBA, right? Everybody know who Bill Russell is. 11 rings, one of the top, in some people's case, top 10 players of all time. You know what I'm saying? Highly respected, man. It should be respected by anybody, by regardless of any race. If you're a basketball fanatic or a basketball junkie, you know who this man is. He's the grandfather of the NBA. He's responsible for breaking the color barriers for many people. He had to take a lot of the lashing for all of us today that get to enjoy to play in arenas. You know what I'm saying, integrated, right? So he deserves all the respect and love, Mr. Bill Russell. Now, Bill Russell played for the Boston Celtics, I believe from 19. I don't even know the exact years, but I know it's like in 1957 to probably like 1970, something of that nature. Y'all can quote, y'all can't quote me, but he was the starting center for the Boston Celtics. Now, if y'all look at the subtitle right there, look at the caption. It says Bill Russell fans, Bill Russell : fans call me baboon, coon, N-word during Celtics games. Right? Bill Russell, he said fans called him baboon, coon, N-word, which is nigga, during Celtics games. Right? Now, I wasn't too surprised about this because it was back in the 60s. So you got to understand something. For black players at that time, even if you played for the team, you were still looked at as somewhat property to the NBA fan base who, you know, buying tickets. Like it's not like how it is now. Like the players were not royalty. Like a lot of times the fans felt as if they were better than even the players who were, you know what I'm saying, they come to see watching. They just saw them as entertainment. That's all they saw them was entertainment. You entertain me, I pay the money, and I'll have your owner give you like little chump change. They weren't even making, I don't think, triple digits or a 6-digit figure money. Like it was just a totally different time back then in the 60s, right? So it doesn't surprise me what Bill Russell said in this because he's had, you know, even every city he went through, he went to that same thing, you know, being called those names. So it's not really surprising. But it's different when you talk about your own arena. It's still, even at that time, that's still kind of like, man, like I mean, damn, like it was like they didn't care at all. This is Boston Celtics fans, right? So that just goes to tell me the people in Boston, it's not the organization, it's more so the people that are, you know what I'm saying, twisted or whatever, you know. And that's what Bill Russell said. Like, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. The Celtics became the first team in NBA history to have an all-black starting five when Russell, Willie Naul, Sanders, Sam Jones, and Casey Jones played together on December 26, 1964 against the Hawks. So the Celtics, as racist as the city is, they still have the first black team in the NBA, right? Let's continue reading. He wrote, during games, people yelled hateful, insensitive things. Go back to Africa, baboon, coon, nigger. Russell noted that he refused to let the racist taunts fans harm him. As far as I was concerned, this is Mr. Russell talking, I played for the Boston Celtics, the institution, and the Boston Celtics, my teammates. I did not play for the city or the fans. So that's what he had to say, Mr. Russell. He said he wasn't, when the fans were yelling those insensitive things, he didn't let that bother him because he knew the organization where their heart was. It wasn't about the fans. He didn't play for them. He had a connection with his teammates. If y'all saw Real Russell, he in interviews, he's always loved his teammates. Bob Cousy, Sam Jones, Casey Jones. He's always been appreciative of his teammates. And he spoke nothing but glowing things about it. And that's what will happen a lot of times. Sometimes you may be in a situation, I don't know if y'all saw this movie called Glory Road. It's called Glory Road. And it was a team very similar to what I just read, had an all-starting five black team. But this was back in the 60s and 70s where, you know, it was unusual to have an all-black team. This was a predominantly white, Caucasian dominated sport at the time. They weren't allowing blacks to play in the major NBA leagues, you know what I'm saying? So, but what happened was the white players and the black players bonded together because, like, they understood the treatment that the black players were getting from fans, having things thrown at them, yelling insensitive things. And that can bring a team together, right? That can, because basketball is, when you on a team, that's a commonality that you have, a bond that you share that can bring you closer to overcome like all the outside noise, whether it be color, race, nationality. Like you guys play the same sport, y'all going out there to try to do a common goal. That can overshadow, you know, things like, you know, what I just named, race, nationality, sex, gender. Like it can overshadow that, right? But that was Bill Russell talk. Let's go to another example. Kyrie Irving. Y'all saw this picture right here. This was in the playoffs, right? This was in the playoff just last season, where he flicked off a fan in game one. Y'all know Kyrie Irving used to play for the Boston Celtics back in 2017 to 2019, or 2018 and 2019 season. He played with the Boston Celtics. and he's alluded to times where he's heard racist comments from the crowd when he was playing there, right? He was hearing that, from certain fans saying insensitive things. And, you know, um, he also got into somewhat of a, not an altercation, but one of the fans threw something, a water bottle, I think, at him while he was walking through the tunnel. It was in the playoffs in 2021 when the Nets beat the Celtics in Boston. Kyrie Irving stepped on the logo on the middle of the court. He said because he was sending a message to the Celtic fans who were, disrespectful to him, so he chose to be disrespectful back. So I guess one of the fans didn't like that. So he got a bottle and threw it at Kyrie Irving from a distance. He missed him, luckily. But when Kyrie Irving saw the bottle thrown at him, he pointed at the dude in the stands, and the dudes got arrested and, put out the arena. So stuff like that, right? This is his. And y'all can see this documented. Continue to hit that like button, y'all. Y'all can see stuff like this happen from different people, like different players. Again, these are players that played for Boston, right? These are players that just played for the Boston Celtics. If you look at Marcus Smart, y'all know Marcus Smart, the point guard for the Boston Celtics today, that plays for the Boston Celtics. He said he's had encounters with racist Celtics fans as well, in the arena and outside the arena, right? When Kyrie Irving came out and said that there were people who were racist fans in the stands, Marcus Smart backed him up. He said Marcus Smart, on hearing racist comments from fans, he said sad and sickening, right? He spoke on a situation where he was he said he heard those type of comments. He's actually had a encounterment in the street, like just literally driving, right? So we're gonna read what Marcus Smart had to say. He said, speaking to the media ahead of Friday's Game 3 against the Nets, guard Marcus Smart echoed recent remarks by former teammate Kyrie Irving about hearing racist comments from fans at Boston home games. Irving played. Let me move this out the way. Irving played for the Celtics from 2017 to 2019, like I said, and said Wednesday he hopes Boston fans will keep their comments strictly basketball on Friday, right? Adding that he hoped not to hear subtle racism and people yelling S from the crowd. I'm not going to say it on the stream. So that was the first thing he said. That was the first page, right? Go to the second page. He said on Thursday, Smart backed up Irving's comments saying that he heard fans yell racist slurs in the past. He said, yes, I quote, I've heard a couple of them, Smart said, according to the J. King of The Athletic. It's sad. It's kind of sad and sickening because even though it's an opposing team, we have guys on your home team that you're saying using these racial slurs, and you're expecting us to go out there and play for you. Last October, Smart penned an article for the Players Tribune, right? Now he's talking about an encounter he had with a woman on the street in Boston. Let me make sure I got this right. Smart wrote that he told a woman wearing a Celtics jersey to get out of the street to avoid oncoming traffic, and the woman responded by shouting a racial slur at him. Okay, this is a Boston Celtics fan. Marcus Smart was driving his car, it sounds like, and he was like trying to, drive, and there was a fan in the street in his way. Now, this is a player, and I'm pretty sure people in Boston know who Marcus Smart is by this time. He's been there since 2000, I believe, 16. He's been there since 2016, so I'm pretty sure that people know who Marcus Smart is, right? And that's what he said the Boston Celtics fan said to him. So I'm pretty sure she saw who he was, which is really stupid unless you just think every black person looks the same. Then he said, for a second, it was like I couldn't breathe in an instant. Just like that, I was made to feel less than human, Smart wrote. I wasn't a person to this woman. I was a form of entertainment. Nothing more, and believe me, it took every ounce of restraint in my body not to curse her out. Okay, that's what Marcus Smart had to say. Now, the question is, I know there's a lot of reading, so we're going to get to the nits and crux of it. The question is going to be this, man, and I'm going to let people in. Should NBA players be able to retaliate to fans? Right? And y'all can put y'all answers in the comments as well. Should NBA players be able to retaliate to fans? Meaning, if a fan says something out of line or does something out of line close enough where you can retaliate, whether that be say something to them, You know what I'm saying? Call out the ref and tell them to get them removed. Walk up to them and confront them. Or if it gets to a point where they assault you first, like throw something at you or physical at you, should an NBA player be allowed to retaliate? Because we've had situations where there are certain people who say, well, NBA players should have more restraint because he's making, millions of dollars. He's supposed to have more control of his emotions. That NBA fan is nothing to them. He shouldn't worry about it. And then you got those people who say that, hey, eye for eye. A person who throws something on me or does something to me, I'm gonna do something right there back in return. So it's kind of just what you feel and how you feel about um what's your opinion on it, right? That's what you have to kind of come with. So I'm gonna go first. My thing is this: there are certain things you can let roll off your back. I do believe that you can be the bigger person in certain situations. I do believe that, you know, if you choose to retaliate, then you can be the one put in trouble. You can be the one fined, like we've seen a lot of times, um, and all that, right? But I do understand situations where players like, look, you can say what you want to say, but just don't touch me. Don't put nothing on me. Don't throw nothing on me. Just, what I'm saying, just keep your hands to yourself. Because my thing is, I think a lot of these fans are getting very, very bold and confident that these players are not going to retaliate because of the consequences on their side. They have to get these heavy fines. Um, of course, the malice in the palace. I know y'all remember that a few years ago or back in 2000. What was that? Was that 2004, 2005, or maybe 2003, where there's a big brawl at the Detroit Pistons arena where it was against the Indiana Pacers and guys like Metta World Peace, which was Ron Artest at the time, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, like a whole bunch of people, Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal, like everybody was in this huge brawl at the Malice in the Palace. And people got heavy suspensions, like 30, 40 games the whole season. And that's always going to be the cornerstone of the biggest brawl in NBA history, in my opinion, when it comes to players and fans. Like, that was the situation. So I still think fans that and like that a ban from an arena is not enough, because there you're still seeing situation after situation. Like the NBA has banned, obnoxious fans from the arena who do things, and it's still you still see a lot of these encounterments. I'm all for you cheering for your team. I'm all for you at times, maybe even trying to throw the opposing team off with, like, what I'm saying, like waving your hands in the air if they shoot a free throw, or saying you suck, or you can't shoot, like stuff like that. Like if you want to get that edge, that's fine. But I just don't understand the point where you feel like you got to put hands on a person or you have to throw something at somebody to get their attention. That to me just comes off as you just don't know your place. And then you have people who say, well, they pay for a ticket, they can just do and say what they want to say. And I have to cause for pause, because that just means that you're immature. You should be able to go to a game and enjoy yourself, enjoy the team, enjoy the game, talk some trash, and then go take your tail home. That's all should happen. Because there's some people out there, if you throw a beer on them, they're ready for the consequences, because there's just certain lines you just don't cross. Spitting, throwing stuff at people, hitting, like stuff like you just certain that you just don't do. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all, come in here, man. I want to hear y'all opinion, man. I want to see what y'all have to say about this, because this is a subject that I don't think a lot of people really were um really kind of like looking at, but it's something that I'm willing to talk about, man. Do y'all think that NBA players should be allowed to retaliate? Um, should be able to retaliate. I'm gonna let y'all, hear from y'all, man, because at this point, in my humble opinion, I just think that fans need to be held accountable as equal as players. The moment they start doing that, then I think a lot of these instances are going to stop because you can't unfortunately take the hatred of racism out of somebody's heart. But what you can do is punishing them for their actions. No one wants to lose money. No one wants to be like retaliated like in a physical form. Like nobody wants that. So as soon as you start giving the fans an ultimatum, like either you're gonna come to this game and behave yourself, or you're gonna be prone to repercussions. Then I don't see this stopping for players and fans to like not allow them to whatchamacallit. I don't see NBA fans really cooperating because there's no resistance. There's no resistance. There's no there's no repercussion for their actions. All right. So I'm gonna let y'all come through and let y'all hear what y'all gotta say. Um so yeah. And we're gonna take it from there. Hit that like button, man. Hit the cash app. Um, you know what I mean? Whew. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's having a magnificent, beautiful day on Monday. I know it's kind of hot out here, but y'all keep on staying on course, man. Uh, my man Bruce, what's good?
What's up, man?
Oh man, just trying to stay cool in this heat.
Yeah, that's why I'm home. That's why I'm at home.
Yeah, man. What's the deal, man? What's your take on this, man? Should NBA players be allowed to retaliate to fans who are disrespectful? Is there a line that you cross, or what's your analysis on it? What's your take?
Uh, that's a very tough question to answer because everybody's different. Like me personally, uh, I can tolerate some stuff, but if you start going on about my family, you know, certain words, I mean, I'm not gonna go fight, but I'm gonna remember your face, and I may confront you after the game or have security. Remember, take that person seat number or something, and um, players should be allowed to have emotions to respond, to reply to a fan. Um, but going physical, no. Going physical, no. But I did see the beer when he was a Golden State fan. I think it was a woman or something. Somebody, yeah. When the person threw the beer at LeBron. So I mean, I live in Massachusetts. I know a lot of racists. There's a lot of racism there. And they said they are Democrats, and they think Democrats are not racist as well. Everybody's racist, which regardless of your political party. But I
Mm,
mean, yeah, there's a lot of racism in Boston. It's true.
it's true. Now, let me ask you. Let me ask you this question. So you said you did live in Massachusetts, or you live there now?
I did when I went to law school there, so I know I did.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this question though. Do you think that it's okay? What if somebody puts their hands on you first?
Put hands on me first. Uh, okay, you breaking. What did you say? Somebody put hands on me first. Obviously, that never happened to me in my life, but I guess I have to defend myself.
Yeah, I just go to and call it a day. Like I don't. I mean, I know people get drunk. Just don't care or what. I mean, what Boston fans? Why do you think there's so many racists there?
because some of them are from Europe, Ireland, a lot of Irish. There's not a lot of black people in Ireland. So, and most of them are drunks. Ireland, they drink a lot. They're descendants of Irish people. They drink a lot. Like what's that? The UFC guy is who's from Ireland.
Conor
Conor.
McGregor.
Yeah. So they're like them. They're like him. So yeah. So
I thought for some reason I thought the Irish were cool with black people for some reason. So I got some Irish in my bloodline. Actually, I had thought their Irishmen are somewhat. It's kind of a joke, but they're kind of the blacks of Europe. Like they're kind of looked at as like the lower part of Europe.
I mean, they were cool. I mean, some of them are cool with black people, and that's why a lot of black people have they name their kids Irish name, like Tyrone. That's an Irish name. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's who it is.
Well, what's up, Bo? What you got on this, man?
Salute to BJ. Salute to Bruce.
Hey man,
This is a very delicate topic when you talk about racism within the NBA, and we all know Boston has been historically a racist town. Some of the things that you even showed, I never knew they even happened. With Bill Russell saying his own fans saying and making racist comments, like that's way out of line. If your own fans is doing that now, I could understand if a rival, like I go into somebody's home court and the fans are saying racist stuff to me. Like I could understand it, even though I don't think it's cool. I think it should be abolished. I think it should not be tolerated. It should not be entertained. You know what I'm saying? There should be measures put in place that can stop all those things. But if I go into a rival arena and they're chanting like "you suck," or when you're at the free throw line, they're trying to like say stuff to make you miss free throws. Like when the Clippers were in the Utah Jazz house and Paul George was shooting free throws, they was calling them overrated. They was calling them pandemic. I mean, overrated and push off P. With those comments, like I'm not really bothered with that because I feel like you're chanting for your team. You want him to miss the free throw so your team can get the momentum to win the game. That's cool. But when you start involving his family's names and saying racist stuff like you're a baboon, you're a monkey, and throwing bananas. I mean, it hasn't happened in the NBA, but I played in Italy, and I mean, I'm a soccer player, and, bro. They throw bananas on the field. Like this is a real story that I'm telling you right now. Racist Racist fans throw bananas, throw water bottles, they throw all kinds of stuff at you. But I don't tolerate these kind of things. And to be honest, I don't think NBA players should really react because if you want to retaliate, what can you like? What can you do in that situation? Are you gonna go up into the stands and confront the player who did this? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna give the other team the way more edge. I think there should be measures put in place that can really reduce these kind of things. And if you put your hands on a fan, you know what I'm saying, because of how things are right now, the fan can possibly sue you and make some money out of you. So in this case, I just think some measures need to be put in place to kind of reduce how often these things happen. I mean, fans are going to be fans at the end of the day. So
Mm.
Yeah. You want to say something, Bruce?
I mean, sometimes those fans go after a player's family, like like this year playoff, the Chris Paul family. So
right,
I mean, if you're going to have after my family, I have to say something.
right,
If you go in physical with my family, I'm not a I'm not for violence. I never look for violence. I'm always about talking first. So but if you go in physical with my family, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, those are the worst ones. Really, the ones that like Bruce. Those are the ones that you actually got to watch. The ones that are slow tempered will be the ones that be the hardest to calm down. Like that's how I am. Like it takes a lot to get me to a level, but once you get me to that level,
Yeah,
it's
me too.
very hard to calm you down. So
Yeah.
that's actually worse. But what I would say about this is what I think is crazy is these fans are not going to do nothing. Like they would not do this if the guy was on. They saw him on the street.
Right.
These 6'4", 6'6", 6'8" athletes walking around, you wouldn't do that. Dare to do that if they were on the street.
Right.
So why would you? So I just think it's like you're gonna do that when you protect it. That's why I say like I think a lot of these fans are so confident that nothing's gonna happen to them. That's why they do what they do. So I mean, when you say let's how do we stop it? I think there needs to be some type of punishment for the fans who are just like just out of line, man. Like you know what's crossing the line. Like when you get physical with somebody or when you just say something so insensitive about somebody's family that at that point it's like okay, well now I'm gonna have to check you at that point. I think there was this. Well, I think there's one clip. I don't know what LeBron's this dude said, but this girl was in the front. She was in Indiana, and LeBron literally grabbed the referee and told her to throw her out. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because, well, the rumor was, and it's just a rumor. I don't know how true it was. It's a rumor, but LeBron said that she told him he hopes that Bronny dies in a car accident.
Mm.
That was just a rumor. I don't know, sure, but that's what was put out there. And I was
But
just like, LeBron get that mad.
fans have been saying crazy things to players for years. It's not the first time. In the 70s, 60s, like you said, Bill Russell. Now, those fans, I think they're trying to have videos or clickbait or something. Like that Mike Tyson dude, you know, that was bothering Mike Tyson on the plane. So, I mean, they have somebody there ready to 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 make a video or a tape, you know, to sue lawsuit. And I don't know. I mean, uh, I think talking heads on TV are responsible too. Okay, so those people they hear what those talking heads on TV say, and they go to the game and repeat it. The rest break. You know, many times I hear rest break. Sometimes I'm watching the game and I hear rest break. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. So, do y'all feel like this will end? Well, because it's been going on for so long. Now, of course, my opinion with Bill Russell, why he chose to take it was number one, he didn't have as much leverage back then. Like, it was more of a race thing where more times than not, at that time, with racial lines with the way they were, it was still like it was against the rules to say something back to a Caucasian fan who disrespected even an NBA player. Like he was hearing it from every arena, right? So I think it was a different time, but now with the players having so much power now, well, all they gotta do is just tell the ref or tell somebody like, "Hey, he said this to me." They can get banned from the arena, but that doesn't seem like it's enough. Like you said, I think there is even more fans acting crazy because they want to get some type of fame. So I don't know what the solution is. I don't know how you're supposed to handle it.
I have a solution.
What's that?
When that happens, put the big person face in the arena, um, the big screen, and have some type of collaboration with local news to show the picture of the person in the local news that the same night. or show it on ESPN or Fox Sports, whatever.
But
Mm.
I think that's what the fans would really want because, like you said, the fans are doing it for for fame. So if you put their faces on Fox Sport or ESPN, what I'm saying, it'll motivate other fans to do the same thing so they can get the fame that they want.
Really, if you say, "Oh, that person was committing verbal assault or saying racist things," you think their job are not gonna fire them?
I mean, if they put it out there that they were making racist comments, okay, yeah, their job's gonna fire them. They can get canceled or whatever. Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah, yeah. I think that happened to one. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that happened to one of the fans. I can't remember which incident it was, but I did see that where the job got a hold of that fan because it was on the sports news and they found out and they fired the person. So now, like that's the way to do it. Like affect somebody's money. Like if you affect somebody's pockets, then that will change their behavior. Because I don't care who you are. Like if you losing money or you're dropped your shit from your job, like you're gonna think twice next time. So that's actually not a bad idea.
I mean, that guy that spit on Trey Young, wasn't he fired or something like that?
Yeah, I think he was. Like you spit on see like stuff like that, man, like I might have to just take the fine, man. I might just have to. In that instant, I might just have to take the fine. I mean, there's just certain things I mean, you spit on the ground, you don't spit on yeah, I'll take the fine on that one.
I'm sorry, if somebody spit on me, not only you spitting on me, but you spitting on my family name, my parents. My parents work hard to raise me. You're not gonna spit on me, man. You're not gonna spit on me. Okay.
Yeah, I will have to yeah, I will put hands on you at that point. And if I get the fine, I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna just beat you up a little bit. I'm gonna beat you up so bad, like I won't even feel bad about the fine. Like that won't even yeah, it's just like stuff like that, man. You just can't do stuff like that.
I
Like
mean,
Yeah.
I was victim of a racism thing too. I mean, because I have an accent. When I first moved here, they told me to go back to Africa. I'm not from Africa, so I don't know. Okay, so there you go.
yeah, yeah. But man, little bro said, BJ, not to get off topic. Did you hear about LeBron and Westbrook and AD on a phone call? Each committed to play with each other. I was literally going to do that video, but since my man put it on here, let's kind of go through that, man. What is going on with the Lakers, man? Like what's happened? Are they just finally setting in a reality? Westbrook fired his agent. Um, what is going on with the Lakers, man? Like,
If
what do
that
you think
is
happened?
if that is true, is because the Nets were asking for too much for Kyrie. So
Right.
the Lakers are resigning like, oh no, that's too much. So they said the same thing last year. How many sit downs that they're gonna have? They're gonna be on Oprah net next? Come on, man. No.
Yeah. 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 What you think, Bubba?
I mean, I just feel like they were just doing it for public, for they just want to be in the news. Today Russell Westbrook and LeBron sat away from each other at a summer league game. Just trying to be in the news. I mean, if you really know basketball, you knew that it wasn't no chance in hell that Russell Westbrook was going to get traded because of how the media kind of degraded his name. You know what I'm saying? Who would want this kind of player on their team when your own fans is chanting and putting you out there like that? So I felt like they were just doing it for a publicity thing. But yeah, they are gonna play next season. We are gonna see them in Laker uniforms, and we might see what happened last season, if not worse than what we saw last season.
And Shannon Sharp has been getting more and more in Westbrook now. Today, I'm watching the video. He's saying, "Who wants Westbrook for $47 million? Not even for $47." I was like, "What?
I'm
Wow."
telling you, man. This is why. And the more I think about it, the more I don't feel bad for them. The Lakers. I'm not talking about West. I'm talking about the Lakers itself because You guys thought that you guys thought that y'all throwing Westbrook under the bus, and you got your supporters doing it too, wasn't going to backfire. Now you expect these owners to come save y'all after what y'all you trying to put your trash on my lawn.
Right.
So why would you think I should accept what you now? Shannon Sharp talking about. I heard something about him saying like he doesn't care about the Lakers, care about LeBron. He's saying the Lakers need to go ahead and just give away their picks to try to get Westbrook out of there. I'm like, man, they're not gonna help you after you trashed Westbrook the entire year and you still trashing him, still throwing dirt on his name, but you expect somebody to come and get you, and then you say something like, "Well, who's gonna want Westbrook?" Well, you just shooting yourself in the foot. Keep going.
Shannon Sharp doesn't care about the Lakers, like you said. They only want LeBron to win 6 rings, okay? Because they still, even though he's saying LeBron is the GOAT James, he still scares because he knows that nobody is saying the same thing as he's saying. Because they want to win the championship to pad his stats, okay? And they're gonna try the first half of the season with Westbrook, and he might be traded in the middle of the season.
You think so?
I mean, if they start very bad,
Yeah, I agree, Bruce. You know what? I hope I want to see. I want to see what they're gonna do if they start bad again. I just want to see who's going to be able to trade for him because again, it takes two. If Westbrook goes off the same way he did last year, man, who they going to they going to trade him for like pretty much pennies. They're going to trade him for trading Westbrook is not going to change life for the Lakers. If Anthony Davis doesn't come and play like a superstar, if they don't get some perimeter defense, if they don't get no shot makers, if LeBron can't stay, bro, they're not going nowhere. They keep focusing on Westbrook like he's the main. He's not. But
the
I just
Lakers are
want to see what
panicking.
happens.
The Lakers are
Right,
panicking. If the Clippers win this year and they're gonna open a new arena,
bro. I'm telling you, Bruce, that's what we're looking at, man. They got it's all set up, right? You know, they got the arena coming next year. Everybody's gonna be healthy. They're looking at like we can open this new arena and get this championship. Because once that happens, once they win the championship, I'm talking about the Clippers, bro. The Lakers are gonna be forgotten. Like I'm not talking about as a franchise, but now the story is gonna be the Clippers are the new team in LA. If
I
it
mean,
still hasn't, if it hasn't hit nobody's head yet.
I was looking at the setup of the new Lakers arena. That's gonna be like a spot, man. Everybody's gonna go to that, want to go there. Not the crypto. With that's a weird name, crypto, really. So
No, I've been to the crypto. I mean, it doesn't have the same feel as the Staples. Like it doesn't have the same feel. Like it just comes off as just there's no tradition. There's no. It just seems dead. Now, like you said, the Clippers arena is in Inglewood, like literally in the city part of LA. Like yeah, that spot is going to be dope. Like Steve Ballmer has like the concession stands. Everything's gonna be dope in that arena, bro.
mm,
Yeah, the Clippers are heading in the right direction as a franchise, as a team, but the Lakers, they're heading the opposite.
hmm But like we talked about yesterday, man, Jeannie Buss, she she's not an owner, man. She's not the right owner.
I mean, she wanted the team. She kicked her brother. She kicked her brother. I was in California when that happened. When she was fighting with her brother for ownership. So,
Yeah, when they let go of Jerry West, man, that's when stuff went south. If you notice, Jerry West he was with Golden State too, right? When they got KD.
yeah, he won
Right,
championship as an executive with Golden State.
right.
Yeah,
And
man. The Clippers is definitely for them to win now. It's not a mistake. Everywhere this man goes, it turns into gold. Even if you talk about Memphis, bro, even though they didn't win a championship, bro, that was the best run Memphis ever had. Like They beat the Spurs, the Spurs the next season after they won the championship, or the year before, one of those two. But yeah, man, it's just destined for them to win.
I mean, that's a stain. That's a stain in there. I mean, Magic ran away. They're fighting. They're fighting. They practically banned Jerry West from the Lakers. The Lakers that he built. He has a statue in front of the crypto. He has a statue there, and you ban him.
Yeah,
You took away his tickets.
yeah, you took away his lifetime. That was petty. That come when I heard that, I was like, man, that was petty. That that that, and I'm glad you put that out there, Bruce. I did not. I just remember, yeah, they did take away his tickets. That's why he was so upset.
And she's upset. She missed Kobe. If Kobe was there, Kobe would like what they do. They did. Come on, man.
No, because him and Jerry West were close. That's right. Jerry West, Jerry West was very close to Kobe. He's the reason
Yeah.
why he got it. Damn, he the one that drafted him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he traded for him.
Traded Vlade Divac for Kobe. Nobody expected that 18-year-old. And that draft was deep. That draft was deep.
Yeah, probably the
Iverson,
deepest
Ray
draft
Allen.
class.
Steve
Yeah.
Nash,
Ray Allen.
Iverson, yeah, Iverson, Ray Allen, Steve Nash, Stephon Marbury. That
Jermaine
that class was
O'Neal.
that class was Sharif Abdul-Rahim. That class was deep. I remember that draft, that class.
So, I mean, Vlade Divac was an all-star, and he traded him from a high school player.
That just tells you he has a knack for talent. Like how many championships with the Lakers won without him being? Now you start thinking that could be my next. That can really be my next one of my topics. How many championships with the Lakers won if it wasn't for Jerry West?
I mean, the bubble championship, I guess.
But you know what I mean. Like when you think about it, the Kobe and Shaq years. Uh, he was responsible for bringing Pau Gasol to the Lakers because he was the executive for Memphis. And when Pau was there, he shipped him over to the Lakers. Uh, the even Magic and Kareem, I think he had his foot in that too.
Yeah, he mentored Kupchak.
Yeah, you mentioned Kupchak. He was Dr. Buss's right hand man.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Dr. Bus is probably rolling in his grave right now, looking at the Laker franchise.
and he negotiated for Shaq with Shaq to come to LA.
Man, it's all because how they treated Jerry West. Man, they treated Jerry West like that dude. No matter, I don't care what happens, that dude should have front row tickets at every game for lifetime. For
Lifetime,
what he
yep.
did, for what he did. I don't care how mad you are at him,
I mean,
differences, whatever. But you
is
take
it
away. Go ahead.
is it because he went to the Clippers? I mean, Elgin Baylor was Clippers GM for a long time, and he has a statue in front of Crypto, arena. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, but I think it's deeper because they took away his ticket. So I think it's deeper than that because Jerry West was close to Dr. Buss and the whole family. Like you say, Elgin Baylor was just a player. So I mean, yeah, the Clippers that matters, but I think it's something deeper than that.
I think it's
I,
because uh, Jerry West used to fight with Phil Jackson all the time, and Phil Jackson, Jeannie Buss has a fascination for Phil Jackson. So
yeah, yeah, I remember. I think if I'm not mistaken, Phil Jackson and Jeannie Buss used to date.
they were engaged.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, it's all coming together now. Why things are looking so bad. Y'all keep hitting that like button. Things are looking so bad for for the Lakers, man. And I just don't see nothing. What can change for them to even make the playoffs?
Uh, all the other teams get hurt.
I mean, yeah, because this team right now, nah, I don't think they're winning the championship. Now, the Laker fans were happy when they got Thomas Bryant, so we'll see what he's gonna do for them as a
if
backup.
he
Mm.
ain't if he ain't related to Kobe Bryant, then they ain't gonna help.
Lakers fan have nostalgia. They have Bryant, O'Neal, and Pippen. That's not gonna help.
Yeah, I saw that by Sports Center, and they're trying to like make it seem like, oh, they're gonna win the championship next season, and the Laker fans, as delusional as they are,
They need to go out there and get. They need to get pieces and stop trying to get a home run. I think they need to go try to get Pat Bev because they don't have no fire, man. They don't got no fire to that team. I just watched the Lakers. They just look dead. Like
Mm.
Pat Bev would bring some type of fire to that team.
I mean, I'm looking at the Pelicans. That team is gonna be really good. Really good.
If they face if let's just say hypothetically, the Lakers make the playoffs. If they face the Pelicans, man,
I
uh,
mean, the play-in.
playing or playoffs, they're going to destroy them.
Mm.
They're going to destroy the Lakers.
I mean, who's the shooter on the Lakers now? Austin Reed.
Carmelo,
Carmelo is still on the team.
yeah, I think was he a free agent? I
I don't
thought he.
think he has a team yet. I don't know. Is he?
yeah. But I heard Miami's trying to recruit him. I heard Jimmy Butler is trying to recruit him to come to Miami.
I'll take that deal. You have a better chance of winning.
Mm.
Keep
I
dealing with
mean,
LeBron.
at least Carmelo is gonna shoot instead of Bam. So you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't really have any players that are really a threat from the three. I mean, they said Scottie Pippen Jr. he's a decent 3-point shooter. That's what Skip Bayless said. So we're gonna have to see that.
Because Scottie Pippen Jr. is from Vanderbilt. That's where Skip Bayless went to school. So of course he's a fan.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. He don't Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless will support anybody who goes to Vanderbilt or OU. That's why he loves Trey Young so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
He loves Trey Young.
Oh no. Yeah, he loves Trey Young, but Trey Young don't like him.
No, he hates Trey Young, man. It's Sharp. Sharp who loves Trey Young.
I thought I thought he liked I thought Skip liked Trey Young.
Nah.
yeah. Because when the Hawks played Philly, Skip was rooting for Philly.
Yeah.
He didn't like Atlanta.
Yeah. He doesn't
Yeah.
like Trey Young, man. He's undercover homer. He's a bandwagoner, man. He jumped on the bandwagon. He said, "Oh man, this guy's gonna be really good. Let me jump early and say, oh, I said this." That's the way he does
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Clown.
Okay,
Skip
so
Bayless is a clown. Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised by Shannon Sharp today. I mean, I watched the video and he's saying nobody wants the Westbrook for $47 million or $47. I was like, wow.
he keeps tarnishing his name.
I mean, this guy is a clutch client and he's like uncle, right? Uncle, quote unquote, to LeBron. So if Sharp is saying something, okay. You never
But
know.
what I think is happening, honestly, and it just might be my opinion. I think that there's times that LeBron speaks. What Shannon Sharp is saying is LeBron speaking is through LeBron. because if you kind of listen to what LeBron says, he says stuff kind of like indirectly, passive. So he needs somebody in the media, which he has a lot of people who, support him. I think when he speaks to Shannon Sharp, I think he tells them everything about what's wrong with Russell Westbrook. Because you heard it, they speak all the time. So I'm pretty sure LeBron's told Shannon about him. If you look at his last episode, he was talking about how he doesn't like players who don't commit themselves to winning. Who do you think that was a shot at?
Okay.
Westbrook.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta kind
Yeah.
of read in between his in between the lines. Like, he'll tell you what he's thinking if you just kind of catch it. Like, he's not gonna fully tell you everything he's thinking, but that's why you gotta kind of know LeBron's patterns. Like, he'll say stuff like, "I hate," like, why would you even put that out there? Like, you hate when you're losing. Like, why would you put that quote out there?
Right. And he said he feels like sometimes he wishes he was a golf player or a tennis player or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what he said that for.
That's not true. Who's gonna take the blame when he missed the birdie or hit the net? So
His cup,
it's not
man.
true.
Yeah.
His putt, man. So
But
he
you
didn't
think
give
it
him the
was
right
only
golf clubs.
Westbrook that he threw that shot at, or the whole team, like Anthony Davis as well? Because Anthony Davis has been up and down as well. At least Russ was showing up to games.
No, because I think he could be talking about other teammates, but I think mainly he knows who that would be a shot at. If the media gets a hold of that, it was going to get a shot at Russ because Russ has already said in media a lot of times he doesn't concern himself with winning. Like, he solidifies self-made man, and the notch is already out there that Russell Westbrook don't care. Like, what I'm saying is that LeBron don't want to have no blame on him.
Oh
He don't
yeah.
want to have anything, no blame. He wants, if there's any blame, it's gonna be on Russ. I'm not gonna say it, but point the blame that way.
I watched the Lakers game. There's a lot of time. It's because of LeBron they lost a game. A lot of time. Okay.
Yeah, I
And
remember some.
he's scoring a lot because he's huge. Nobody is big anymore inside, right? So he
Mm,
could play center. He tried to play center. Remember when LeBron was playing center? They lost a
Yeah.
lot of games because of that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you think he should play center for this team this season?
No. If he wants to play center, he cannot be handling the ball all the time.
Right. That's what I thought he should have done. I feel like the ball should have went through Russ more times than LeBron. Because why does Russ have to change his game? Why can't LeBron change his game?
Maybe play small forward or power forward. Okay, go on the block. You bigger than everybody, man.
Right.
He's bigger than Bema Adebayo.
Yeah.
Right.
He's humongous, man. He's built like Karl Malone.
Come on, man.
He's as big as Karl Malone is.
And he's trying to intimidate other players now. And now I've never seen LeBron fight or other players want to fight him or trash talk him this much. They see the end. You saw. I see Desmond Bain trash talking him. That Detroit player wanted to fight him. Westbrook wanted to fight the guy too. Man, come on.
Nobody's scared of him.
Nobody's scared of him here.
Not
Nobody
anymore. Like,
respects him.
I don't think nobody's ever been scared of trash talking, but really, you see a lot of these guys now. They really, are not scared of trash talking no more. At this point,
Yeah.
yeah. Desmond Bain, like, seriously.
And even the rookie that Indiana just drafted, he was calling LeBron James out. you got to prove it to me that you're the king, you're the chosen one. Like if we play, you got to prove it to me.
No, you don't, man. That was just dumb.
That was it.
He, that was just dumb. Like, dude, you ain't even, man. Shut up. Like,
You ain't put in no work.
you ain't put on a jersey. You ain't been on the practice court. Wait, man, nobody. What's his name again?
I don't know. But
Exactly.
but that San Antonio player, they asked, what's a Facebook famous for? And he said bricks. San Antonio rookie. So
Man, this is sad.
so it's because of social media.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut down live, man. Any last word before I get off here?
There's still gonna be racist everywhere. Boston is gonna be a lot of racists, man. A lot of racists in Boston. Not gonna change. Yeah, I mean, Philly is crazy. They're just crazy. Sorry, Baba. They're just crazy, man. They're gonna talk trash. I see an old man trash talking players, man. That's crazy in Philly. So I don't know.
Yeah, Philly something.
Yeah, you gotta be tough to play in Philly. But yeah,
Yeah, I
if
would
you're
probably, I probably average like 5 fights a year in Philly. You gotta play there. Those dudes, man, they are ruthless. I saw this old man, like you said, Bruce. He was literally with 2 fingers flicked Westbrook off, like literally on the
Yeah,
camera.
that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I was talking about.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I mean, yeah, I mean, James Harden said that he was injured last year. Okay, every time he plays bad, he's injured. Okay, let's see.
Oh,
yeah.
this year he ain't got no excuse because you had a long off season, 3-4 months, and I've seen clips of him in the gym. You know, they say he got a little bit slimmer than he was. So it's like, okay, now you got to show me what you got,
Yeah,
or else the Philly fans gonna be on your helmet.
he, he's still gonna be partying with little baby and Meek Mill.
I think
Yeah.
Embiid. That's the perfect setting for him. Like, I think Embiid is perfect for the culture there.
Embiid is gonna leave Philly soon. He's gonna ask for a trade. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we will see what happens, y'all, and yeah, we will see what happens. We will be back on probably tomorrow. I might have a different. I might have to make a set time every day out the week.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here, man, and we'll be back on tomorrow.
All right,
All right,
later.
man. Peace.
Peace. All right, y'all. That concludes the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. We appreciate y'all coming through, man. Be free to, what I'm saying, hit the like button as well as go into the Cash App, hit that Cash App. Y'all can see it in the ticker. And let me hear from y'all, man. Do y'all think that NBA players should be able to retaliate to disrespectful fans? Until next time, let's get it going. Pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. Out there like swimwear.